Hello, boys and girls. So, today's lesson, if you can't tell by just looking at the screen, we are going to be breaking apart this word problem. So, Marcy bought a 50-foot roll of packing tape. She used two 8 and 5/6 foot lengths. How much tape is left on the roll? So, here's what we know so far. Marcy had how much packing tape? 50 feet, right? Okay, how much did she use? She used 8 and 5/6 foot, but she used that twice. So we know Marcy had 50 feet and she used two 8 and 5/6 foot lengths of packing tape. How are we going to figure out how much she used altogether? We're going to add them, right? We're going to have 8 and 5/6 plus 8 and 5/6 to find out how much she used. So let's do that first, right? What is 8 plus 8? 16. And we'll add our numerators. 5 plus 5 is 10, and our denominator is 6. Our numerator is bigger than our denominator, so we need to simplify this. So if we have how many times does 6 go into 10? I know that 6 goes into 10 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. 10 minus 6 is 4. So that tells me I have 1 and 4, 6. Well, I need to add that 1 and 4, 6 to my 16. So what is 16 plus 1? 17. See if I can actually write. And then my fraction is just 4 over 6. We could reduce that, but we're not going to worry about it right now. We're just going to keep it as 4, 6 because we may have to reduce when we're finishing this word problem. So we have that Marcy had 50 feet. She used 17 and 4/6 feet. But is that what we're trying to find out? No, we're trying to determine how much tape is left. So what do we need to do with these two numbers? We need to subtract them. That's right, guys. Y'all are so smart. So we need to have 50 minus 17 and 4/6. I went ahead and stacked that up for us because it's easier for me to subtract when they're stacked up like this. But if I don't have anything, can I take away 4/6? No, I can't. So I'm going to have to borrow. My 50 will become a what? A 49. And I'm bringing over one whole that I borrowed. But what is that one whole going to look like in a fraction? Because we don't have a denominator here, right? So basically, we can make that one whole look like whatever we want. We could put 1 over 1, 2 over 2, 3 over 3, 50 over 50. But we have to make that have a common denominator with our second fraction. So why don't we just go ahead and put it over 6? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put it over 6. And since we're bringing over one whole, our numerator is also going to be 6. That way, we do not have to find common denominators later. We just already have them. Because 6 over 6 is 1, just like 50 over 50 is 1. So no matter what we put over, as long as the numerator and denominator are the same, we're still bringing over 1. So I have this written on another board for us so we can look at it a little better. So this is our new problem. 49 and 6/6 minus 17 and 4/6. So let's subtract. What is 6 minus 4? 2. My denominator is going to be what? 6, right? Our denominator does not change. What is 9 minus 7? 2. And 4 minus 1 is 3. So she used 32 and 2/6 feet of packing tape. Oh, sorry, she didn't use that. That's how much is left on the roll. But 2 and 6 are both even numbers, so that means that I can reduce by at least 2. So I will change colors to see if that'll help us. I'm going to divide the top by 2 and divide my bottom by 2. Does that affect what my 32 is? No, it doesn't, right? My 32 stays the same. But I can reduce 2/6. What is 2 divided by 2? 1. And what is 6 divided by 2? 3. So all I did was reduce 2/6 to 1/3. They're still equivalent fractions, right? If I gave you 2 out of 6 pieces of pie, you're going to have the same amount if I gave you 1 out of 3 pieces of pie. So my answer is Marcy used um, 8. Oh, she used 17 and 4/6 foot of packing tape, and she had 32 and 1/3 feet left on her roll. So that was a multi-step word problem. We had to find out how much she actually used before we could subtract and find out how much was left on the roll. So if you have any questions, please let me know. You have an assignment below this where you have to solve your own word problem. Don't forget, tomorrow is our review day, and then Thursday is test day. I'm going to put some Zoom links in tomorrow's Schoology folder. And I will have about 30 minutes that I will Zoom with each class on Wednesday. It is optional. It is a time for you to ask me any questions you have about the chapter, any questions for the test. So if you can make it to that Zoom time, please, please come. Even if it's just to kind of stop by and say, hey, Miss Solly, it's good to see you. I would love to see your faces. But if you are not able to make it, that's totally fine. It is an optional Zoom, but I will post the time and the link to join that Zoom on tomorrow's folder. So go ahead and check out that time when you log on to Schoology tomorrow so that you know when you need to be available to Zoom if you would like to. Have a great rest of your day, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow.